Misogyny is causing the male loneliness epidemic. The misogynists get women. I'm gonna just let that breathe for a second.
Good job, my brother. We rocking with you. What's going on, YouTube? It is your boy Ron back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So, got a video for you guys. A brother who says that you saw the intro, but anyway, I think the reason why he made this was in response of a lot of women saying that misogyny is the cause of the male loneliness epidemic, which we all know is just one big farce. This loneliness epidemic is not real. It is not a real thing. It is a myth. In my opinion, I think it's just a way to make women feel more liberated, more validated, that, you know what I mean, and living in their victimhood and you know, things not going in their way when it comes to relationships and dating. That's what I think. But I want to hear what this brother had to say. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
Misogyny is causing the male loneliness epidemic. The misogynists get women.
Let him cook.
I'm gonna just let that breathe for a second. Most incels are incels not because they're misogynist, but because women simply do not like them. There's a lot of incels who are in multiple friend zones and their female friends love them and would never call them a misogynist. Y'all calling Mr. 6'3" got money and treats women bad. Y'all talking, that's the misogynist. He's slaying shit. The podcast bros, as crazy as it sounds, like No Fugazi, even these niggas are the worst. Fresh and Fit. Yo, bro, they get women, bro. They're rich. Guys on these podcasts who y'all hate and think are the biggest, Andrew Tate. Yeah, they're rich, they're tall, they're handsome. There's women around them. A lot of them are married. The guys y'all call the misogynist, they're not the incels. The ones you literally wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. Those are the incels.
Yeah, the guys that are sitting in their basement buying your OnlyFans, those are the incels. Those are the incels. Those are the same guys y'all make fun of, but y'all the ones over here selling yourselves to them. It's just funny, like, because he's 100% right. Because let me ask you this, fellas. If what they were saying was true, why is it that whenever y'all complain about men, y'all are not complaining about the lonely men? Y'all are not complaining about the men that can get women. Y'all are complaining about the men that can get women and don't just want to be with one, or they don't want to commit. You feel me? Or they don't want to be bothered at all because maybe they just focused on themselves because they want to attract better women. Those are the men that y'all are complaining about. Those men are not a part of this fake ass epidemic that y'all over here trying to conjure out of thin air. Because it's not a real thing. And if you referring to the men that you don't want, then, you know, that's just is what it is. But what I find strange is that, one, you don't hear men or see men in mass making videos saying that they are lonely or complaining about being single like you see women do all the time, because I react to those videos all the time, right? But then on the other hand, if this was so true, can you please explain to me why the hell is it always women talking about it and not men? Yeah. Try to figure that one out.
I'm really sorry to say this, but misogyny is not why men are lonely. And you know this to be true. Both men and women in community with us express misogyny and uphold patriarchy. We know this. And so when we imagine, misogynist, why do we imagine incels? Why do we imagine, this kind of like loser dude who's all alone because he hates women? If we know, abusers are loved and respected by their communities, why do we imagine a loner? The male loneliness epidemic being caused by misogyny is a very satisfying answer. It's very cathartic to think that men are like getting what they deserve and being isolated for this. But that's not true. This narrative is very convenient because we assume that their misogyny itself will isolate these men through some kind of karmic justice. And that's not happening. That's not happening. I also want to follow up this video talking about how ableist it is, because a lot of the traits you're associating with incels are just that of autistic people, of autistic men and stuff. And you're bullying them. You're humiliating and degrading them to no end. The misogynists with the influence to hurt women are not losers. That's like never been the case.
The male loneliness epidemic is all your fault. We try our best to talk to you guys and be encouraged when you guys are at it, and you don't try. There's zero effort given from the male side.
We'll never stop making this video. There is no such thing as the male loneliness epidemic. The term for the male loneliness epidemic has strung out because of the fact that men are single at a higher rate. So in my personal opinion, when I see videos like this girl who's going on a rant talking about how men are so lonely but they don't want to approach you, is the same analogy as saying somebody's starving but they're in a grocery store but they're not picking up any food. Every single time you see somebody talking about the male loneliness epidemic, guess what gender is talking about it? It's not men. It's not men. These are just some videos I'm about to play that I've seen in the last 5 days. Here's one of a girl that wouldn't even get accepted by a matchmaker because she was so picky.
By a matchmaker this week. A man approached me at the bar and I was like, that was so funny, blah, blah, blah. Like, why don't more men do this? Because they're not doing it anymore.
I think these men don't approach us because, like, there's nothing for them to, like, approach us on.
Whatever you're going to say, it is incorrect. The reason why men aren't approaching is genuinely so simple. I really don't understand why every single time I see a video about it, it's like somebody trying to explain why water is wet. There is just not that big of an incentive for a man to go after a woman unless he's just genuinely that lonely. Overall, it is financially going to probably cost you a good amount of money. Most of the time in relationships, women are going to save money and men are going to spend a lot of money. The men who are overall emotionally intelligent and have been listening to you, we've heard about your safety concerns and we don't want to scare you. So we would assume it's in your best interest that if you honestly wanted us to talk to you, you would make it a little bit more obvious than like being in the same place as me. Since a lot of women have a plethora of options, a lot of them are not that nice to men who are hitting on them, even in a respectful way. And it only takes one girl doing that to a man for him to never want to do it again. I made a video literally less than a week ago where I agreed with a girl where she said, the reason I could demand the things that I want to demand is because I can reciprocate everything that I ask for. And that is what I agree with. A lot of you girls think that like following a guy on Instagram counts as you shooting your shot, and they're going to sit there and shame a guy for not wanting to approach a girl who's made it pretty loud and clear that the majority of you don't even want to be approached. And then if they did get in a relationship with you, you'd never do anything to actually show that you care about him because that's a man's job. Why on earth would a guy want to be in a relationship besides chronic loneliness? Moral of the story here is the only one that ever talks about the male loneliness epidemic is women. Are there lonely men? For sure. But I don't think it's an epidemic. It's just people that have found out that they are not going to be useful in society. It is because a lot of men have come to the conclusion that they have to give a lot to get pretty much nothing in return, because there would make no sense if this was a male loneliness epidemic, that why would a bunch of men be in the vicinity of women who would cure this loneliness and choose not to hit on them? Think about that. That's my opinion. But hey, what do you think?
He got a point there, but I really want to address these single statistics, because I got to be honest with you guys. I find these stats to be a little bit misleading, because supposedly men are single at a far higher rate than women. That don't make any sense to me. So you mean to tell me women outnumber men in America, but men are single at a far higher rate than women? So is there just a shit ton of women out here? I don't know, maybe, splashing in the rainbow community, or maybe y'all over here in poly relationships and y'all don't really know y'all in a poly relationship. I don't know, bro. The numbers, the math ain't mathing on that one, man. It's like, I don't know. Because I'm like, a lot of our women claiming to be in relationships and they don't know that they really the side chick. I mean, like, what's going on here, man? That's because if I recall correctly, I believe it's like somewhere between like a 20-30% difference, like discrepancy, which is kind of a big gap considering, because I was kind of surprised myself. But to be honest with you, I don't know. I think those are a little bit misleading. I would like to actually see the reference. If somebody had a link to that or something, I would love to take a look at that myself. That's I don't know. That's just weird to me.
With men, I don't know. I wanted to ask you, men don't come up and ask or talk to you anymore. There was this cute guy. He went to the bar at one point, so I was like, oh, let me go to the bar too. So I like saddled up next to him at the bar and kind of like gave like a look. And he looked right at me and then like looked away. I was like, okay, well, never mind. Like I was seeing something that apparently wasn't actually happening. And as we left, one of the other bachelorettes on this trip was like, oh my gosh, that guy kept looking at you. Did you guys talk? I was like, wait, what? You saw it too? I guess I could have said, hi, how are you? I don't know why I didn't. I guess I was like, I made that move. Meet me the other 75% of the way or whatever it is.
It is becoming like that. Like, I think that there's a shift in it. And honestly, women have to take more of the reins in a way. Maybe we should have a man on and ask him what that's like. Why don't they do that?
A dating expert.
Is there a dating expert man that would like to come on this podcast?
I can't remember many times of like I've been approached, and that has been like hard on my self-confidence because I've seen it happen to my friends, specifically like these two friends that are like drop dead gorgeous, like fit all the beauty standards, like petite. Obviously I'm not like harping on them, but I'm always just like, why doesn't that happen to me? Am I like intimidating somehow? Am I putting off like a certain vibe? I like to be like, it's just my height, I guess. I'm just too broad of shoulders for someone to approach me. But like I've been approached by women, and so I wonder if it really is, it's almost switching these days. Like people are just changing.
I love it. Okay, so you don't need a male dating expert on your show, honey. You should just call me. I'll mosey on down and tell you what's going on. Okay, so here's what's happening. Guys, you tell me if I'm right. In the chat, go ahead. I want you to just tell me, by the way, give me your opinion. Why are you guys not approaching women? Let's hear. I want to see in the comments. I want to see in the chat. I'm going to tell you why I think you're not approaching women. First of all, you've had enough. You're tired of getting used and abused, right? So typically you used to approach women, get laughed at. Oh, women are wanting you to approach just so that they can get attention and validation about how good they look that night, get their free drink, and then they drop you like a hot potato, right? You get ghosted. Oh, can I have your number? Sure. Get your 2 free drinks, the girl, and then she's like, bye. And then you go to text her, either ghosted or you find out she gave you the wrong number. Don't you love that when that happens? So they give you the wrong number and then you're writing something rando and they're like, oh, I'm not Amy. And you're like, wow, I just spent, all that money, spent 2 hours with this girl and now she's at the after party with somebody else and gave me a fake number. Girls, you do it. You know it. They're tired of that. They're tired of now, especially with social media. It's blown up the whole game because you can see the girls laughing at you, making videos, gold diggers everywhere, talking about how, oh, you're so ugly. Oh, you don't have all these best. Oh, I went out with him, but he's only 5'8", so I didn't take him seriously. But I drank all his drinks and all his bottle service. Right? They see it. So here's the thing, ladies. Here's what I would tell you to do. First of all, you are going to need to take the lead a little bit because guys now are saying to themselves, I only want to spend my time and my money on women who are actually interested in me. They really are interested. So you got to show interest now. It's not enough to just stand there and look cute. You have to actually show interest. Decide what that means for you. Also, ladies, you have gotten increasingly promiscuous. You've gotten increasingly boss babish, right? You're prioritizing things guys don't care about. You're like, oh, I don't need a man all day long. What do you think guys are going to do eventually when you keep saying, I don't need a man, I don't need a man, I don't need a man, I can do it. Okay, honey, do it yourself and I'll be over here just chilling. You don't need a man? Let's see how you do, right? That's where it's at right now. So when you keep telling guys you're useless, I don't appreciate you, you're not good enough, I don't need a man, eventually they say, you know what, screw you. Screw you. And that's what's going on now.
While listening to that story, I immediately thought about that video that I did the other day of the brother that got approached about the drink. I'm thinking to myself, like, he probably looked at you and saw you pop up and was like, oh, shit, this bitch trying to get a free drink. I'm cool on her, bro. I'm good. I'm not talking to you. Yo, bro, I'm telling you, bro, like, real talk, I don't think women realize how much the entitlement has turned men off when it comes to dating, man. It's to the point, it's for real, it's starting to get to a point where women can't even approach because, especially in a setting like that, because y'all expect and y'all feel entitled to get a free drink all the time. And men are just kind of like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, it's a wrap, bro. They cooked. Y'all let me know what you thought about this, man. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love of support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that's with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel as well as the live show channel. Both links are in the description. Till the next video, y'all. Deuces.